Hi, it's Sylvester. There is a wound on my nose. It was a pimple and then I popped it. I'm sorry if that's distracting. Anyways, I wanted to talk some more about the psychotic episode that I experienced from 2019 through to early 2024. Now, if you're new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, basically in 2019, I experienced extreme psychosis. I was having really, really bad delusions. I became extremely paranoid. My brain started convincing me of horrible things, convincing me that there were people after me, that there was this big conspiracy against me, that people were trying to kill me. I was convinced that people were drugging me. I was convinced that people were breaking into my apartment and raping me in my sleep, like giving me sleeping pills and stuff. Like, I was really convinced that there was some horrible, horrible stuff happening and that I was at the center of this big conspiracy. And I started hallucinating. I started hearing voices and seeing things. It was absolutely terrifying. I know saying it out loud, it probably doesn't sound as bad as it actually was, but trust me, living through it was a horrifying, horrifying experience. And I feel like in the past, because I've spoken a lot about the psychotic episode I went through in many of my videos, I've spoken at length about this, and I feel like in the past, I may have undersold how traumatic it was to be psychotic, because in the past I have said that there are times when I sometimes miss having voices in my head. Sometimes I miss the psychosis. But I don't actually miss it. I don't actually want to hear voices again. I don't actually want to be psychotic again. I really don't want it. It's just that sometimes you look at things that happened in your past, even if those things were traumatic, and you see them through rose-colored glasses. And so I hope I made that clear in previous videos where I've said that I miss hearing voices, that I don't actually miss hearing voices, and I don't actually want to hear voices again. It's just, sometimes it feels lonely without voices in my head because I spent so long with voices in my head that, having no voices in my head, it can be quite isolating. It can feel quite isolating. So, again, I don't actually miss being psychotic. It was truly, truly very traumatic, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. I had PTSD in 2019 before the psychosis hit, but if I didn't already have PTSD, I truly believe the psychosis would have caused me to have PTSD, because I genuinely get flashbacks to 2019 and to 2023, the years when the psychosis was really, really bad. I get flashbacks to what happened to me because it was genuinely terrifying. It was horrible. It was a horrible thing that I wouldn't wish upon anyone. It is around the time of year when the voices in my head started in 2019, and so I've been having a lot of PTSD related flashbacks because of that, and it's been quite a tough couple of days. And I've really been struggling. And one thing that really bothers me, and I'm pretty sure I've spoken about this before, probably many times, but the psychosis truly ruined my life. It destroyed my life. Because in 2019, I was a struggling YouTuber. I was slowly gaining subscribers, very, very, very slowly. But then I was noticed by a famous YouTuber named Steph Sognotti, and I have a whole video begging Steph Sognotti to notice me again and give me another chance and to follow me on Instagram again, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Steph wants nothing to do with me at this point, which I guess is understandable because, you have to protect your brand, you have to protect your livelihood, and at this point, she can't be certain that I'm no longer psychotic, I suppose. She can't be certain that I'm not going to say or do something that's going to injure her career. So I don't hate Steph Sognotti, but I hate how close I got, because Steph Sognotti followed me on Instagram in 2019, and that was a huge break for me. Like, that was the thing that told me that my career was going to take off at any moment. Like, all I had to do was slide into Steph's DMs, ask her to collaborate with me, film a video with her, and then next thing you know, I'd probably have enough subscribers to start making money on this platform. And that was the dream. That has been something that I've dreamed of for so long, is to be a YouTuber. I've been making YouTube videos consistently since 2015. Not on this current channel, because I've gone through several different channels, but regardless, I've been making videos for almost 10 years now, and the fact that I don't even have 400 subscribers, it truly breaks my heart, because again, in 2019, I came so close. I was followed on Instagram by a famous YouTuber. Like, I was so close to being a YouTuber, to living my dream, to potentially getting out of poverty. I was so close, I could taste it. But then I went psychotic. I had a psychotic episode, and I started hearing things, and it was just terrible timing, and I have no one to blame other than my own mind for doing this to me. You know what I mean? Like, the psychosis, nobody did that to me. Like, my brain did it to itself. And so, like, I can't even be mad. I can be mad at the universe, at God, at circumstance. I can be mad, but, like, I can't even be mad at a person for ruining my life, because it was just my own brain ruined my life. And I think about where I would be if that hadn't happened. If the psychosis never happened, where would I be? I'd probably be a famous YouTuber by now. I'd probably not be in poverty. I probably wouldn't be living in this shitty little apartment building. I probably would have a much better life. And the fact that that life was taken away from me, forcefully ripped out of my hands by something I couldn't control, is just so heartbreaking. And I had a talk with my therapist about that this morning, and I cried and I cried and I cried, because it's just absolutely heartbreaking. I can't explain to you how much it hurts to know that my life would be so different right now if I had not experienced that fucking psychosis. And there are so many things that I said and did while I was psychotic. There are so many things I said and did because of the psychosis that I wish I could take back, that I can't ever undo. And, you know, I feel like I'm a victim. Like, from the outside looking in, it looks like I'm the bad guy because I said and did so many fucked up things while I was psychotic. But from where I'm standing, I'm the victim, because, like, I didn't choose to become psychotic. I didn't choose it. It just happened to me. And it is my fault for not getting help, but I was terrified. I was delusional. I thought that the police were in on it, and I thought that the doctors were in on it, and I thought that there was this big conspiracy against me. I thought the Freemasons ruled the world, and that I was being MK Ultra'd, and, like, I thought all sorts of crazy stuff. There are so many reasons why I didn't go get help, and one of the biggest reasons why I didn't get help is because I was terrified of getting locked away. I knew how crazy I was, and I didn't want to get locked in an institution or an asylum or a psych ward. Just being locked away is one of my biggest fears, and so that's one of the biggest reasons why I didn't go get help. And then in 2023, when I actually did try to get help, every time I went to get help, that is what happened. I immediately got locked away. And so it's just one of those things where it's like I feel like so bad for myself. I feel so fucking bad for myself, because this is a terrible thing that happened to me, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know how to move forward from it. I don't know how to stop having flashbacks about it. I don't know what to do, because it's just like, it ruined my life. It ruined my life. And so my therapist said, just try to move on. Try to look forward into the future rather than spending time looking back at my past. And, you know, just, you can't change the past, so just try to keep going forward. And it's like, but where do I go from here? You know, my life has been ruined because of the psychosis. There's nothing I can do to undo the psychosis. I can't force Steph Sunyati to make a video with me. I can't force any YouTuber to endorse me or to promote me, because at this point I've said and done so many things that scare away YouTubers because they think that I'm problematic. And it's like, I'm I'm trying my goddamn best here. Like, I'm trying so fucking hard. And I feel like nothing I do is ever going to be good enough, you know? And no matter what I do, I'm never going to get back to where I was in 2019 when I was so close to living the dream, so close to having what I'd always dreamed of. And it's just not fucking fair, you know? I'm pissed off. My PTSD is flaring up. It's just I'm having a bad fucking time. I'm having a bad fucking time. Things aren't good for me right now. So that's my life update. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay frosty. Bye.